Few months ago, I bought a new soundbar for my second TV, and the Samsung soundbar so far has been quite disappointing. It is just not loud enough in the dialogue department, and there's just too much in the low end and not enough on the mids. Decided to shop around and I came across a Vinnfier Hyperbar 800. It costs exactly the same as the Samsung soundbar that you see before it, but if you compare it side by side, as you can see here, the soundbar from Vinnfier is just so much larger because the speaker and tweeter is just so much bigger as well. Even the subwoofer that comes with the Hyperbar 800 is double the size as what you'll get from the Samsung soundbar HW A450. I'm going to give you a little bit of sound comparison side by side between music and also dialogue, so that gives you kind of a good sense of what you're going to be investing into if you decide to go with the Vinnfier. For me personally, I really like the Vinnfier Hyperbar 800 because the power output is just a lot higher and the mids are really amazing. It's just very punchy, and I really like that, especially when you're listening to music or when you're watching an action movie. So without further ado, let's do some sound check between the Samsung soundbar and the Vinnfier Hyperbar 800.
They're pretty, but I don't see how I'm supposed to make me feel something if there's not a person in them feeling something, if there's not a person in them feeling sad or joyous or whatever other emotion you said.
Well, maybe think of yourself as the person looking out at the scene.
Well, I'd have to see me in them.
Well, if you were there, you wouldn't see yourself, right?
Well, what if I look down? I'm not a ghost.
I can attest to that, especially in the bedroom.
But if you were there, looking out at it without looking down, you'd see the scene and you'd feel something. Anything an environment makes you feel is about you, not the environment, right?
Interestingly, during filming, I discovered that I had to push up the volume on the Samsung soundbar all the way up to level 61 just to match the same volume output that's coming up from the Vinnfier Hyperbar that's capped at level 24. So yes, this soundbar from Vinnfier can definitely fill up a room if you decided to really punch up the volume. But just a word of caution, because this soundbar can get really loud. So I'm actually quite surprised at how well this item is actually handling the higher volumes without any distortion to the mid and the low range. But what I like most about this particular item is the mids. It gives a lot better body in terms of dialogue, as you can hear from the sound test earlier. It just sounds a lot better as compared to the previous soundbar from Samsung. I actually had to really turn up the volume just to hear the conversation between all the different characters. So you might say that, hey, this comparison is not a fair comparison because the soundbar from Vinnfier is a lot bigger, and even the subwoofer itself is twice the size from the Samsung item before it. But then again, they're both coming in at the same price category, and sometimes even Vinnfier has some great discounts during the double day sales on Shopee and Lazada, so you should definitely try and check out this item. If you can, audition this particular item at the stores nearby. For one, I'm actually quite happy with my purchase, so much so that I'm actually putting the Vinnfier Hyperbar 800 to replace the Samsung soundbar. So the Samsung soundbar, I'll probably sell it off to somebody else or just give it away to my friends and family. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this review and comparison, side-by-side comparison between the Vinnfier Hyperbar 800 with the Samsung HW A450. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think of the sound comparison.